Hi folks, I'm James Theodore Silver III, and this is OpenAirAtheist. I'm making this episode because I'm really sick and tired of Christians telling me that I'm going to hell because I don't believe in what they believe and because I'm making these videos. Look, there are over 38,000 different denominations in Christendom itself. That means there are over 38,000 different flavors of Jesus, over 38,000 different ways of interpreting your holy book. How do you know you're not going to hell? How do you know your pastor isn't feeding you a load of crap? How do you know that you have the right interpretation? Now, you can't say that they're all the interpretations are correct, all the denominations are correct, because that would be pluralism. That would not be Christianity. And Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, doesn't he? And no one comes to the Father except through me, doesn't he? John 14:6. Which Jesus is the one that said that? Is it the Pentecostal Jesus that I need to believe in order to be saved? Is it the Presbyterian Jesus? Is it the Calvinist Jesus? The Arminian Jesus? I have a grandmother that thinks that any Christian who believes in free will, any non-Calvinistic Christian, any Christian who doesn't believe in the doctrines of grace is going to hell. Is she correct? So it's utterly absurd when you tell me, Mr. or Miss Christian, that I'm going to hell because I don't believe what you believe, when you have offered me no reason to believe it. You've offered me no evidence. I've seen no evidence for a God. Even though I have studied the original language for hours and hours and hours when I was a Christian, even though I know church history better than most pastors, even though I know all these things, and you leave messages on my show as if I don't know what you believe, as if I'm just some sort of ignorant atheist. I mean, this is ridiculous. Half the Christians that leave comments on my videos have no idea who I am in my background. They have no idea how educated I am on their religion. They have no idea. And so far, every single one that I have had conversations with via the comments pages, I have not had any Christian tell me anything that I didn't already know or blatantly contradict their own holy book. So I have no reason to believe. You can't blame me, reasonably, you can't blame me for being an atheist because you have no evidence for your God. Stop telling me that I'm going to hell and start offering me evidence. Stop quoting Bible verses and start giving me logical arguments. No, not the same old ones that have already been refuted 100,000 times. Think for yourselves. For the love of truth, think for yourselves. Don't let some pastor who makes money off of religion tell you what the Bible says. Why don't you read it for yourself? Why don't you do what I did when I was a Christian and dig into the original language and study church history and find out where your beliefs come from and find out if they actually are consistent with the Bible. And then while you're at it, why don't you actually do some research and find out whether the Bible is reliable? Why don't you look at all the plethora of contradictions just in the four Gospels itself? Why don't you do that? Why don't you be open-minded enough to take one story in Matthew and compare it with another story in Mark or in John? Why don't you do that and look at the contradictions? Can you be wrong? Is your belief even in your own mind, does it have even a possibility of being wrong? Is it testable? It just sickens me, because what I see in most Christians is that they've already decided what they want to believe. They don't care whether it's true or not. They're not in search of truth. They've already decided what's true. And then any kind of argument that is offered that goes against that belief, they don't want to hear it. What's wrong with you? Do you want to live your life based off of a freaking lie? Wake the hell up. What you do, how you vote, affects the lives of other people. How you see reality affects other people's reality, whether you want to believe it or not. What you believe affects society as a whole. If you don't believe me, look at the Middle East. These people believe wholeheartedly the teachings of their religion, and that's why they flew planes and killed all those people in the Twin Towers. That's why these people make themselves walking bombs, walk into a bus full of kids and blow it the hell up. Why? Because they believe what they believe. Your beliefs impact society. Truth is important. Now, you can either embrace that truth or you can live a lie. You can waste your life living a lie. Or you can come to the reality, okay, that there is no God. Or at least there's no evidence for a God. No, I don't have a problem with people who have benign beliefs. Say maybe someone walking around thinking that there's a purple pixie living in their pocket. That's probably not going to affect how they vote and how they treat other people. They're probably not going to tell people that if they don't believe in their purple pixie, that he's going to send them to hell. Okay? So, I'm not worried about benign beliefs so much. I'm worried about those harmful beliefs. And the Christian belief is quite harmful. So anyways, enough with my ranting. Please, if you're going to leave comments on my pages, if you're going to leave comments on my videos, let them be rational. I don't want to hear you're going to hell because you don't believe what I believe. Okay? I want to hear logical arguments for the existence of your God, not a God, your God. Okay? That's what I want. That's what I want. I want logical arguments and I want physical evidence. If you want to leave comments about my videos and say, hey, I think you could have done this better or that better, that's fine. I don't have a problem with opinions. But when you tell me that I'm going to hell and you have no evidence for that, shut the hell up. Okay? I'm sick of it. You think you're the first person to tell me that? It's like these people that say this crap on my videos and tell me and threaten me with divine wrath. Do you really think you're the first person to do that? Don't you think I get that 20 times a day everywhere else I go? I mean, seriously. Knock it off.